Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. We will wait for a few minutes to let the people come in. Hi, Jyoti. Can you mute yourself? Okay, thank you. We will wait for 5 more minutes.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Boya. Hi. Hello.
Hi, sir. Sir, actually, last session you had took the class, no, sir?
Yes.
Like 29th of December, Sunday evening.
Yes. Then. No, no, not
Uh,
Sunday. On Saturday.
and certain after 2 days classes are there, sir. They sent messages like they sent message link for 2 days classes. One is Saturday and also in Sunday.
So Sunday, somebody else might be taking the class. So
But
I.
we people are unable to join that class, sir. It's like declining call like that. It is there, sir.
Oh, so I take classes from 6 to 8 p.m. on every Saturday.
Okay, sir. Sir,
So did you take class last Saturday also? Because I tried joining it, but I wasn't able to join that class. The
Yes, I
same
did.
session.
Yeah, I did. So I think lot of people were there. So I don't know why you were not able to
It
join.
was showed that meeting was full. Then it showed that it was waiting for 15-20 minutes. Then it got cut out.
Uh, so I don't know. Maybe the meeting capacity of this Google Meet was whatever that was fulfilled that time. So you guys didn't got to join.
sir, we have one more doubt, sir.
Yes.
Per day, like 3 to 5 session and also 6 to 8 session will
Yes.
be there, sir. If we attend any one session is enough, no, sir?
Yes. If you are able to solve your assignment problem by watching any of the session, so it's enough.
Sir, same session is conducted by others people also on the same day, right, sir?
Yes. They might have different questions, but whatever the end goal is, to make you guys solve your own assignment by yourself.
Okay, sir. So last Sunday you didn't take the class, sir.
No, no, I take classes only on Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
So if they give mail in Sunday also we should join, sir.
It's up to you. It's up to you. Like if you are not able to solve your assignments, you can join. Otherwise, if you want to learn more, ask any doubts, so you can join then also. It's up to you. It's completely up to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks a lot for asking such nice question.
So sir, basically last class you did more about the Scratch thing only, no? Not you
Yes.
will start Python.
So last class was all about Scratch. So last class was about like building a programming logic. So today in this class, I am planning. I have planned to give you the basic intro of this Python and how to make your own codes. What are there in Python? Like uh, very fundamental of Python. So okay, we will wait for 1 more minute, then I will start. So in this class, what I will do, I will uh, teach you guys how to install Python and what are the different packages that you can install Python in your laptop. And then again, I will move on to explaining loops, if conditions, and all variables and all the things. So the content what I put here is similar to your weekly content that you see on the NPTEL portal on your course. So it's similar. And the problems that I have put here, it's also very close, very similar to your problems that you get in assignment. So the overall goal of these tutorial sessions is that you guys should learn and understand what is the logic and how you are going to do that, and so that you can solve your own assignment problem. Okay, it's 18:05, so now we will start. So, okay, let me. All of you can see my slides, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So what I have planned in this week is that first I will okay. So many of you, uh, so all of you have watched the week second lectures, right?
Yes, sir.
So, so okay. So okay. So you guys know how to install Python in your laptop, in your PC, laptop, whatever you are using.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So maybe there are some peoples who don't know how to install Python. So first I will introduce how I will teach you guys how to install Python and all the things related to that. Then I will move on to explaining the variables, how to take input from user, and how to implement a if condition, how to do some basic mathematics in Python, and then I will go on to explaining loops, and then I will conclude the session. Okay, so first we will start from how to install Python. Okay, so I think there are also a lot of people who don't really know how to install Python because they are they may be using this Python for first time, right? They are maybe learning for first time. So it's for them. Those who know, that is also good, and those who don't know, please say this carefully. Okay, so you guys can see my slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay,
Yes, yes.
so first we will install Anaconda. So what is Anaconda? Anaconda is a popular Python distribution that includes Spyder. So Spyder is an IDE. So where we can write our scripts and i- we can see the plots and all the things. So it's a IDE where we can write and do some Python script. We can write some Python scripts, right? So and it can be downloaded from this official website of Anaconda. Uh, uh, so let me click on this and can you okay. So now I will share my different. Okay. So once you click on the link here, so you can go here, and if you are using Windows, then you can simply click on Anaconda installer, and it will give you options for downloading. So you click just download. So it will start downloading the Anaconda file. Okay, .exe file. So I have already downloaded this file. So uh, I will I will show you how to install this. So okay. Okay, so maybe you guys can see my entire screen right now. So I will go to my downloads. Here you can see I have this .exe file. So I will just simply click on it. You can see uh, we have this pop-up. We just simply press next. We will press I agree. And it is just me that is recommended. Do not change anything. So just click next. And it will ask for a destination folder where you want to install this Anaconda distribution. So just click next. So okay, so because I have already installed it, so it's there. That's why it is showing this kind of pop-up. So I have installed it, so I will show you the steps after this, right? So okay, So here you can see what are the steps that I have taken to install this. So it was just by clicking on the exe file, we get to uh, have this pop up. So where we click next and then I agree, and then you choose a destination folder and then you click next. And then here it is the important thing. So adding to Anaconda to path variable may create a conflict with if you have any other Python or any other package installed before. But it's recommended that you don't add it to environment path variable. It might create conflict with other software. So just go on with this, and then you click next, install, and then click next, and finally it you click finish. So after doing this, so it will launch a Anaconda Navigator, right? So now let me show you Anaconda Navigator. So I have already did that all those steps, and I have opened this Anaconda Navigator. So what is here? Let us see. So it will take few minutes, few seconds to open. Okay. So you see, so this is the Anaconda Navigator. So what does it have? It have all the things that you need for doing basic Python uh, computing, whatever you want. So this there is you see a specific Python development environment that is Spyder. So here when we click on launch, so it opens Spyder IDE. Okay. So I will explain this later on. So but first let us know what are there in Anaconda Navigator. So it has a GUI tools for data science. Like you can see all here. This tool, Jupyter Lab, all these things, VS Code. So all these things are used for data analysis and all the. So you can click any one of them and you can write your Python program. So Spider is the one that we are going to use today, and it's open source. All installs, and you can install and manage packages here. So you okay. So if you want to install any package, uh, so you can go to environment. Here you see all these things are there. So these are all the packages. So you can install it from here. And there is also some community where you can learn and see. So like this matplotlib, this is very important when you are visualizing the data. So this is used for plotting NumPy. This is used for some data analysis, and similarly, so you can it's a have very strong community where you can explore. So all these things you can click on learning. Here you can have basics introduction of whatever you want, like Jupyter, VS Code, Spider, all these things you can learn. TensorFlow, this. So this is inside this Anaconda Navigator, and this is the environment where you can install your packages. And this is home where you can launch specific uh, things like Spider, Jupyter Lab, all these things. So I have launched the Jupyter one. So let okay. So this is you can do inside the Anaconda Navigator. So I hope everybody have understood how to install Anaconda, right? Anaconda Python distribution.
So what's the difference between Spider and Jupyter Notebook?
Uh, okay, as you add it there like Jupyter Notebook. Notebook is there, right, in this name. So Jupyter Notebook have a blocks where you can execute blocks by block. But in Python, in Spider, if you have written some code, so entire codes get executed, and it has some different GUI also, like graphic user interface. Spider had different GUI, Jupyter has different GUI. So it's their basic functionalities are different and nothing else is different. Like if you write the same Python code in Jupyter or in Spyder, they will execute similarly. They will give similar results. They will use all. So it's a different IDE for writing Python script with different kind of graphic user interface. So
Okay, sir.
if you are if you also okay, I will show you. If you have asked this question, then I will show you what is the difference between Jupyter and Spyder. Okay, so now we will click on launch and we will go to Spyder, right? So I have okay, I will click on launch and then it will launch the Spyder in IDE where we will write our code. So I have okay, you guys can see I have written few codes earlier, but so if you open, so you will find something like this. So okay, let me introduce to this entire thing. Okay. So once you click on launch, so you will see something like this in Spyder. So Spyder is a integrated development environment. So this is IDE. Similarly, uh, Jupyter Notebook is also IDE, and VS Code is also IDE, where you can write your scripts, Python scripts. So once you launch Jupyter, once you launch Spyder, you can write your Python script here. The relevant plots will appear in this plot pane, and here also there is also variable explorer where you can explore the variables, and this is the console where you can see what is status of this Python script that you have written. Whatever you will do, this will appear here, and the relevant plots will appear here in the plot pane, and this is where you have to write your scripts. So actually, why we use Spyder? Because it's user friendly and it has many features like editing, debugging, profiling, many things, and it supports Python, Rust, Julia, these languages. This Spyder supports. And with Spyder, you can analyze, visualize data, create interactive plots, and write efficient code also. Because it has a debugging features, it shows you errors when you write some code that has uh, wrong indentation. So it is very user friendly. That's why we are using Jupyter. Sorry, Spyder notebook. Spyder. But someone has asked me what is the difference between Spyder and Jupyter Notebook. I will also show that. But first, if you guys can see here, I am inside this Jupyter uh, Spyder application. So you see, you can create on you can click here and you can create a new file. So and you can write some codes here. So let's say I want to print something, so I will print hello word. So I can write just I can write the code here and I can I can by clicking on this run file or by pressing F5 I can run this code. So you see once I ran the code here in this window I can see the output. It's hello world and you can see this LN1. So it is saying that it is running a file that is untitled1.py. It's file name you can see here and that is in the directory in this directory. So it shows what are the file what is the file that you are running, all the details, and what is the output. Okay. Similarly, if I write something, let's say uh, if I write, let's say it's a bit advanced for you, but let's say I'm going to plot something. So okay, maybe I should not show you guys this. You will be very confused. But okay, so later on I will show you. But here in this plots, here you can see there is plot, variable explorer, all these things where you can and this file explorer. So here you can see your files, plots, all those things. And here you can see the directory that is being used right now. So you can go and explore here. Okay, and so this is the basic thing. So you can create a new file, you can run your code from this one. You can debug your code. All those things are here. You can see what is the status, what is in the output here. So this is the basic introduction to Spider. Okay. Uh, does anybody have any doubt? Okay. If no one has any doubt, so we will move on. So my first question is, what is the purpose of Spider terminal? So it is A to install Anaconda, it is B to execute Python code. Okay. So
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I have doubt, sir.
B होगा B.
okay. So lot of guys are saying it's B. So oh, okay. So lot of guys are saying it's B. So it's yes, it's correct. It's B to execute Python code because for installing Anaconda we have used that .exe file, right? We did not use a Spider terminal. So you guys must be wondering what is a Spider terminal. So it's this. This is where we execute the Py Python code. So it's not for installing Anaconda or installing Python or maximizing panes. Panes means these things like plot pane, script pane. So all these things, right? Where you can write your script or plot. So it's B, that is correct, to execute Python code. Okay. And what this question number two is, what is the typical file extension for a Python script? So
Dot I.
Dot py.
Dot
dot
py.
py. Yeah. So you guys
Dot
are
py.
correct.
That
It's a dot
dot.
py.
Not PY.
Yeah. Okay. And now question number three is 3a. What will be the command print C do in Python? So display the word C,
Sorry.
print the value stored in variable C, so weird stuff, raise an error. So what do you guys think?
Display the word C.
Option A.
Display the word C.
Display the
Okay.
word C.
So let's check this, huh?
A A.
Okay. Okay. So you can see it is displaying the word C, right? So you guys are correct. It will display the word C. And now question number 3b. Why it is recommended to use print C instead of just C? Because in Python terminal, if you write C like this, it will also display the word C. So like here, if I put C here, so it won't be it it won't be displayed here, right? Because it's a comment kind of thing. But if you write it in here in the terminal, so it will display the word C. To display something, we can write it here. Like if you write 3, it will just give 3. Okay. So, and if you write print C, it is also showing C. So, and if write C, then it is, sorry. Uh, okay, it is also showing C. So why you guys think this is written print C instead of just C? Because it's a good programming practice. It's a requirement in Spider.
Both A and B, sir.
Huh?
B, sir.
Both A and B.
And B.
So, okay,
Also,
this is a tricky one, I think. So, how many of
B.
you think it's A or B?
B, sir.
Said
It is
both
option
A
A.
and B.
Both A and B. So lot of
Both A and B.
Both A and B, sir.
okay. So lot of people are saying
Option
that's
B is
both A
correct.
and B. But you will be surprised that it's option A.
Option A.
Yeah, because it's not a requirement in Python in Spider. So Spider is just an IDE. If you are saying that it is a requirement in Spider, so would that be changed if I am using Jupyter Notebook? No, because we are the Python script will be executed similarly everywhere without uh, without any change. Rishi Aisa Varan, so he has raised his hand.
Sir,
You,
I have
yeah,
a doubt in assignment, sir.
assignment.
Yeah, in week two assignment, sir. I have just written the programming assignment. I have written the program and compiled it in my Spyder IDE. It gives the correct output. But while giving compile and run in that website means it's giving like a wrong answer like that. What should I do, sir?
Compile and run on what? Where?
In the website, sir. In the
In the
NPTEL website.
so that you can ask the NPTEL team.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because I'm not the in charge of this assignment thing. So I can you can ask them why it is giving the error. You can post it. They will definitely resolve your issue.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So does anybody have any other question till now? So you guys understand now how to install is Anaconda Python distribution package, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. If you have any doubt till now, you can ask. And this question was very interesting. Like many people told, like the answer will be A and B both, but it's only answer A because I showed you in the command line here. You see, if I write C in this way, so it just gives output C. But writing print C is a good programming practice. It will be cleared in a minute. Why? Because here, if I remove all this and just write C and click on run, okay, you see line 12 here, nothing, right? I will just click run and it does not give me anything here. So it's there, but it is not displaying, right? Now, instead of this, I write like this. So it is giving the print C. Matlab C is there. So it's not wrong. You see, otherwise it would have give an error like this. Not name C is not defined. But when you do this, put it inside this single question, then if you run, so it gives you C, right? And if you run print print C, still it gives you C. So it's not wrong, but by writing print C, it is good programming practice, nothing else. Because otherwise, if it went wrong, then if I write this, then it would have been uh, like something would have given me error because it is wrong, but not no, it's not wrong.
So, what's the use of writing code in terminal?
It's a okay. So we generally don't write code in terminal. We just write Python script and execute it. Actually you can write codes in terminal, but just like you want to check something, just simple things. Okay, maybe you want to uh, maybe you have a big code, but instead of so why we write in terminal? So let's say you have a big code, but if you want to execute a specific line of that code, okay, so you can copy it and put it in a terminal, and you can run, and it will give you the output. Okay, So,
Okay, sir.
but just cross checking anything you want to, just very small thing, so you can run it in terminal. That's it.
Yes, sir.
There is no difference in the writing script and running the same script in the terminal.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay. Now our next question. So now I will introduce you guys to variables. So in Python, variables are used to store data and manage data. Okay. Unlike in other programming language, Python is dynamically typed, means you don't need to explicitly declare the type of variable. So those who are from those who have learned different programming languages like C and C++, they might know very well, like if you want to declare an integer, you have to write int, then variable name, then the assignment operator, then that value or something. You have to declare it. It's an integer, it's float, or it's a string. Okay, it's a list, and also in list, what is the length of that list? So I think those who have learned some different languages, they might know this very well. But in Python, you don't need to do that, and that's why Python is very famous, because you don't need to declare anything. It's just automatically knows what is the type of that variable. So what I mean by this, if let's say, if okay, first let me tell you guys how to write a variable, right? Okay, so how we do the variable naming. So variable names in Python can consist of letters, both uppercase and lowercase, numbers, and underscores. However, they cannot start with a number. So this is very important. You cannot start a variable name with a number. And so choose descriptive names for better code reliability, and this is also very important. So like if you are writing few lines of code, let's say 2 or 3 lines of code, you will know very well, oh, this is my x and this is what I have assigned in that variable. Okay, but if you're writing, like, let's say 200 lines of code, so you will forget what is x. But so if you are say writing x for some user input. So instead of writing x, write the variable name as user underscore input. So you will know, oh, this is my user input, not a some x variable that you have forgotten, right? So choose descriptive names. That what it means by this line. And this you guys must remember this, that a variable name never start with a number. And how we assign some values to variable. So it is this assignment operator, means equal to sign. Okay. So for example, we are assigning x equal to 10. X equal to 10. So it means that the value 10 is assigned to variable x. And see here, we are not saying anything to Python, like it's integer, it's float, or it's some string, right? So here, okay, here are some examples of assignment. Like x is equal to 5, x is a variable storing an integer. Name equal to John. So John is a name variable storing a string. So whatever you see inside any single quote or double quote, it's a string. So print C was the string because I have put it in a single quote, right? And here you can see is valid. Is valid a variable with a underscore, and true. True is a Boolean type of variable in Python. So is valid is storing true in Python. And you can also assign multiple variables in a single line, where let's say you have A, B, and C. These are variables. So you can put an assignment operator equal to, and you can write 1, 2, 3, and comma. So this is very helpful when you are getting some output that is in terms of two variables. So you write A comma B equal to something. Uh, so okay, so whatever I have told you, I am going to show you here. So I told you that x is equal to 5. So you guys know now print will show us the variable value, right? So I will write print statement for showing us what is the value stored inside variable x. So if I run this code, so in output we get 5, right? That means the value 5 has been assigned to variable x, and when we run this print x command, we get that this value is 5. And you see here in this plot pane, you also have a variable explorer. So you can click on this. So what is it showing? That it's variable name x, type is integer, and I didn't tell that Python that this type is integer. It automatically detects that this is integer indeed, and the size is 1 and the value is 5. Okay, now let's see what happens when I put it to 5.0. So what do you guys think? What will happen? What type will be here? I haven't told anything to Python, right?
Float.
Float.
Float. Okay, let's see. And what happens? Okay, so you guys were correct. It's float. But you see now, Python automatically, dynamically knows what is the type of variable, right? And the Python code is executed line by line. So if say I have written I have assigned a variable x to value 5. Now I let's say I'm assigning another I'm naming another variable y, and I'm giving it value 6. Now I will print y also. Okay. So what do you guys think? What will be the output first here?
5 and 6.
5.0.
5.0
First
and 6.
5 and then 6.
Okay, let's run this. Yes, indeed, it's 5.0 and 6. But what will happen now if I do like this? What do you think? If I run this, what will happen? Can somebody tell me?
Same.
Same
Error.
thing. So how many guys are thinking the same thing? Like it will give the same output.
It won't execute it.
Yes. So
Throw an
Yes, sir.
error.
Not
so and can somebody tell me the reason why it won't be executing this code?
because variable is not.
Y is not initialized before.
We are not declaring
Yes.
the y variable.
Yes. So that's what I
Yes,
mean
sir.
by
Variable is not declared.
yeah. So that's what I mean by this thing that Python executes the code line by line. Means first line is executed, then second line, then third, and all. So we have declared the variable before we have declared the variable in last, and before declaring the variable we wanted to print the value of that variable. So the variable has not been declared yet, and we want to print that, so that will give us the error. And indeed, if you run that, name y is not defined, right? So this is also very important that you can't put anything before declaring something. So because it will follow an order, and that is from top to bottom. It runs the code. Now it will be simple. Just click and you get 5.0 and 6. I hope that everybody have understood this thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you must also know that this is where you can explore your type and all the things, size and all. It becomes important when you are dealing with a large number of data, where you want to see what is the type, what is there in that variable, what is the things are. So that time it's very helpful. Even when I run my own code, so sometimes I deal with a large number of data, and I make some variables, and then I want to check what's it there in that variable. So I just go to this variable explorer. It's very helpful. Okay, and I have to show you the multiple assignment. Okay, so let's see this also. So let's do that here. X is 5.0 and Y is how much? 6, right? So What will happen if I run this code? Will it execute?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, it
sir.
will execute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. Yes. So you can assign multiple variables in a single line, right? This is a way you can do that. So keep this also in mind. Okay. Okay, now I have told you what is a variable. So answer me the following question.
Options.
Which of the following is not correct variable name?
C.
Why is that?
Option C.
Started
D.
with
Because
C.
it started with integer.
फर्स्ट इंटीजर नहीं होना
Yes. So first integer. No, no, it's not correct. First thing should not be a number. So 1.0.asd should also will also give us error. So it should not be a number. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank. Okay. So I think everybody understand. Oh, sorry. I mistakenly put this one correct. Okay, this is wrong. So C is option is correct. So C option is not a correct variable name. Sorry, my mistake here. I will correct in and when I will share the slide, I will correct this. Okay, so I let's check all these things, right? So if I have some variable, let's say ABC 23, so that will be, let's say I'm giving some value 5, and now let's print this ABC 23. So if I run this, so you are seeing that this is giving us value 5. But let's copy this and let's do this 23 ABC and let's print this. What do you guys think?
Error.
It will
Error.
throw an error.
Okay, yeah. So it's invalid decimal literal means that it is starting from a number. That's why it is giving us the error. Syntax error. So syntax it itself not right. Okay, so I hope I have made myself clear here that a variable cannot start with a number. Okay, now the next thing is how you can take input from a user. So it is done through a input function. So it's an inbuilt function in Python. You don't have to write something. It's already there in Python, and it is and the thing is that this input function is used to receive input from user, and whatever uh, the input function receives, it is automatically considered as a string. So if you are writing, if I have given some input and that let's say that is 5, but once you have stored that input in some variable, so that variable will treat 5 as a string, not as a integer, and I will show you this in a minute. And how it is used? It is used like you declare a variable, you assign it by assignment operator, and you write input, and you can put something inside here. It will print, and you can and this is string input. So this input function always returns a string. So whatever you will write, and it will wait for your uh, it will provide a prompt. Sorry, it will provide a prompt and it to instruct the user that input is expected. So you have to input. It will wait for you. This program will wait until unless you input something, and then this input is formatted like uh, this input by default is considered a string. So if it is a string, so let's say I have entered 5. I have declared a variable x and I have written x is equal to input and you enter there 5 and I have declared another variable y and you input 6 there and I want to do addition of those two. But by default, if it is 5 and 6, so and that is string, so string won't be added like a simple numbers. So for that, you can convert those things by using functions like int or float. And how conversion is done is here. So if you want to know the age of someone and you write integer input, enter your age, something like that. And so what happens when you write this kind of syntax in your script, that once the program comes to that line, the program pause and wait for the user to enter the data. And after the user presses the enter, the input is captured and this captured and it is stored in that variable. So this program pauses and you have to enter some value and press enter. And after that, the program continues to execute the later remaining part of the code. And also, it is very important that you don't enter any white space. White space means like if you have entered 5 and you just press tab or your space bar. So that you don't see there, but it's there uh, in the variable. So it's stored there. That space also is stored there. So these are called uh, white spaces, and you can use strip function to remove them, but it's a bit advanced. So the thing is just press whatever input you want to give and just press enter. Don't press any other things. And so error handling. So it's also do error handling. So when you are using input, consider error handling to handle unexpected type of situations. So what does I mean by this is like you are learning some while loop and you are expecting some conditions. So write your conditions, write your code such way that you are expecting a integer, but someone entered like let's say you are in this example we can understand this like age you expect it to be an integer, but let's say somebody written it entered x, so that is not integer. Even though you use integer function, that won't be converted to integer, right? So for that, so when you are writing a code, so make sure that you write something else if the input is not your desired input. So that because once something is wrong in the code, so after that the code won't be executed and it will fail. So you don't want your program to fail. So also write some other statements. So it's a bit advanced, and so I just want to guys know that this kind of thing is also done to ensure that your program not fails. Okay, so uh, let's take some input from user. So let's say I have declared a name. No, let's say I have declared a variable x and I have written the function input and I am saying to user, please give me a number. So what do you guys think when what will happen when I run this?
The program will wait for the user input.
And will it show some message or what?
It will
Yes,
show
please
please
give me the
give
number.
the number.
Okay. Yeah. So it is showing me a message. Please give me a number. So let's say I've entered 5, and I have pressed enter. So that means now X has stored that variable. X variable has stored the number 5. So now I will put X in command line and see what happens. Oh, so X out is what? 5, but it's inside single quote. So what does it mean?
It's a string.
It's a string. Yes, you guys correct. So whatever the input function takes from user, it by default consider it as a string. So what happens when I put int inside this? Sorry, outside this input. So what will
It
happen
will be
now?
converted into int.
Okay, let's see this. I will again enter the 5 here, and I will now. put X and let's see what happens. Oh, it's not inside the single quote this time.
Yes, sir.
So that means it has been converted to
Integer.
Integer.
integer. Yes. Now I will put float here. So what will happen? I will
Float
enter
value.
5.
Float
Put your
value.
in.
It
Okay.
will be a
Now I
float
will,
value.
yeah, I will enter.
5.0.
And if I press X and it's 5.0 and you can see it in here, variable explorer. So, okay. So I hope you guys have understand like how to convert this into float. Okay, I want to check one more thing. Even though I'm saying that this float will convert whatever you will give here as a float, right? Float function. So what happens when I enter X? So it's a string. What will happen?
It will show an error.
Either
Okay, let's check this. Okay, I have to enter. Yeah. So could not convert string to float, right? So okay, so when you are using int or float, make sure that you are giving the correct input. Otherwise, it will give you an error. So this is what I meant where I said that you have to make your program such that this value type error, if you are expecting integer or float, but somebody have entered a string, so make sure you write up your program such way that it does not fail and you have made make sure of that by writing some clever way to avoid that situation, right? So this would be back of your mind. Okay, once we have done this, like how to take input from user and all these things, how to convert in integer or float. Okay, the one more thing is left here, the white space. So let's see what happens when I do this. When I enter x is equal to, okay, first I will remove float here, and let's say I run this, I enter 5 and a space. You see it's line blinking. You guys can see?
Yes,
yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, so it's one space away from 5, right? Now I enter. Okay, it's there. But when I press X, it gives this white space, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys see?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the white space we are talking about. Now let's say we want to convert this into integer. So what will happen?
Comma
Again,
is not there.
okay, I will run and I will enter 5 and space and I then again I will enter. So and I will press X and I again want to know what is the value. So it's 5. So integer actually removes the white space, but sometimes if you are like taking two inputs from user, so uh, that time this white space creates a problem. So you can use strip function, but I think integer inherently removes that white space. Okay, but let's
Yes.
say what? Hello. Did somebody ask any question? Okay. Okay, so you guys must have known the answer for this question. Which of the following statement correctly represents taking input from user in Python?
C.
And C.
See, sir.
C.
C, sir.
Yeah.
C.
Okay, it's C. And
Correct.
okay, it's C. Then what is the type of A? It's a
String.
string, float,
Sir,
or
Same type.
string.
it's
String.
a string. Yeah. So it's
Yes.
a string by default. Whatever you put there, it's a string. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we will learn about how to use if condition in Python. So the purpose is that if condition is used for conditional execution and it allows you to control the flow of your program based on whether certain condition is true or false. So the syntax is like this. If this condition, then execute the condition if the condition is true. And also one thing that you guys must keep in your mind that indentation is very important. So you see after this semicolon is there, then again this is the white space that is there. So these two things are known as indentation, and this is very important. So a Python has a very strict indentation. So if you don't follow that indentation, it will give you error. In C, I think those who guys know in C there is this curly bracket where you don't have any necessity for putting indentation. You just have to put curly bracket and close your statement, right? Many of you have learned C, so those who have learned they know. But in
Yes,
Python,
sir.
it's not like that. It has very clear indentation rule, and the condition is an expression that evaluates either it's true or false. If the condition is true, the codes get executed. Otherwise, it is skipped. So what? So you guys see, it's a very small program. Age, I have declared a variable age and assigned its value to 20, and then I have written if age is greater or equal to 18, print you are an adult. Okay. So what do you guys think? What will be the output?
It will print you are an adult
You are
Why is that?
You are an adult
because age
because
is
because
greater
greater.
the
than 18.
condition is
You are
true.
an
Okay, the age is 20 and 20 is greater than 18. That means our condition is true, and if the condition is true, then our this code block that is inside the if condition should be executed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's check this. So let's create a variable age and its name is 20, its value is 20, and then we will say if age is greater or equal to 20. Now what should I put here?
Semicolon.
It's a
Semicolon.
colon.
Colon.
Yeah. So we will put colon and okay, see, I have put a colon and when I press enter, then it automatically gives a okay. So it gives me some space before the line. You can see this line is blinking
Yes,
here,
sir.
Yes.
here, right? So this is what I mean by the indentation. So it is very important. Otherwise, if I don't put colon here and semi colon here, then say what happens? I press enter. Oh, automatically it is correcting because it's a spider and it's very smart. But otherwise, it would have given us error. So it is being auto corrected by spider. Sorry guys, I could not show you, but this is the user friendly spider. Okay. Okay, now I will print the message. You are an adult. Okay, so we are expecting that it will print the message you are an adult, right? Okay, so yes, it is showing that age is an integer and it has value 20 and it is so 20 is greater than oh sorry 20 is greater than 18, right? So yeah, 20 is greater than 18 and the condition is true. So that's why it's printing a message, you are an adult. Now what happens when I put this 14?
It does not print anything.
Nothing.
Not printed.
Okay, yeah, it did not print anything because this condition is false.
Not satisfied.
Yes. Okay, there is also a Boolean thing. in Python. So if I write true, then it will, okay, now the condition is true. Then what will happen?
It
Print the
prints the
statement.
statement.
Print what?
It prints that you are an adult.
Yes, because the condition is true, and that is the only requirement we are looking here, right? If you write a variable x and you assign a boolean value to it, and you write x here, then what will happen?
Now also it prints you are an adult.
Okay, yes, you are right. And what will happen when I put this?
It does not print anything.
Yes. So you understand that whatever you put here after if is the condition, and the below code that is inside this if statement will be executed when this condition is true. So I hope I have made myself clear here. Does anybody have any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Please guys participate. Huh? Okay, now so if condition in Python also includes equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, you have seen the example of this one, I think F condition, but there are different conditions that you can also try. And what my most favorite, I think it's the equal to. So let me show you one example of this. So I have assigned a value 5 to a variable x. Now I want to check whether uh, a variable, I have also a variable y, and that is also have a value 5. So I want to check. Okay, let's leave it. Let's say we want to check whether our variable x has a value 5 or not. So we will print. Okay. So what do you think? What will happen?
It prints variable x has a value 5.
Value five.
Because it will compare.
Variable x with
Okay.
5.
So did you notice something here? So equal to and then again equal to. So it is different from here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
it's not an
Yes, sir.
assignment. It's not an assignment operator. It's a different
Equal
operator.
to.
It's a equal to operator. It's not assignment operator. Please keep this in mind. Yeah. So when I run this, it's because x is equal to 5, then it's true. But if I change it to 4, then it won't be true. So it won't show anything because it won't run the following code. If I change it to 6, it also won't run anything. Okay. Now what will happen? Okay, so these are the other conditional operators that you try in Python. And there is also a nested if type of a statement. Okay, so this is the code. So inside an if statement, there is also an if statement. Okay, so how does this work? Let's see here. Let's say we want to define an age that is 20, and we have a variable gender, and we have given it to value, let's say male, and we have written if age is greater than or equal to 18, print you are an adult, and after that, inside the if statement itself, we can write another if gender equal to, now here we are using equal to operator, male, so it will compare each and every word, male, print you are an adult and male, right? So if I execute this, what you guys think what will happen? So it will first check whether this condition is true, whether age is greater than 18. So obviously it is 20 here, so it will be true. So this will print this statement, and then again it will check whether gender is equal to male. If so, then it will print this statement. Okay, let's me run this. Yeah. So you are an adult, and then you are an adult and male, right?
What output?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's make this age to 14. So what do you think what will happen?
You
Print anything.
nothing. Will
Yeah, because this if is not an independent if, it's inside this if only. So once this is true, then the below code will be executed. Otherwise, none of the code will be executed, right? So let's run this. Nothing, nothing is in the output. So understand how this is nested if. So it's a if statement inside an if statement. So depending on this one is true or not, this will be executed. And also this will check whether this gender is true or not. Okay. And if I put gender is equal to, let's say, something else. Take. Okay. Now if I run this and let's make this again 20. What do you guys think what will happen?
you are an adult.
You are an
Print you are an
you are an
adult.
adult.
Yes. Okay. Yes. It is only printing you are an adult. Right. And you can also write some if statement inside this if statement. That is, you can also write an statement. So 5 is greater than 4. I hope should it run. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have to. Okay. You see, so it runs the first one that you are an adult, but it does not execute this code below, even though this condition is true. So that means that whatever comes inside if, that will only execute it if the condition is given here is true, and whatever comes inside that if, it it is a part of that, so it's not independent if, so it's called nested if, and it can be like forever. You can write inside if inside and if. Okay, so you are an adult and male, and yes, because 5 is greater than 4, right? So I hope you guys have understand what is the how this nested if can be used. Okay, can somebody tell me the output of this? So we have a variable name age, and age equal to 20, and then again,
You are an adult. It will print.
You are an adult.
You are an
yes, because all others are false, right?
None of
All
these
other,
work.
yeah. So it will print you are an adult. Okay, and what will be the output of the following? So we have to take input as 10.
Option C.
Option C.
So did you guys understand what z is equal to x plus y will do?
It do concatenation.
Yeah, that was the word I want to hear. So yes, it will do concatenation, and it's not adding two numbers like 5 and 10, and that will be 15. But in string, that is an addition. But that addition is known as concatenation. It just joins two strings, and that can be done using plus sign in Python. Okay, so I think I have to show this. Okay. So we will add x equal to Alice, and we will take an input from user, and that will be our y. So input, please enter a value. Now we will define another variable, and that is the sum of these two variables, and then we will display its value. Okay. So when I run this, so please enter a value. I will enter 10 here, and then I will press enter, and you see the output is Alice 10. Okay, so option C is correct. And you see that it added two things, Alice and the value 10, and did not give any space or something, this plus sign. And if you enter something else, like some string, let's say name, so that will also give Alice name. Right? Did you guys understand what the word concatenation means in here?
Yes.
Okay, so it adds two values. Sorry, two strings. Did anybody thought what will happen this to this thing if I do this and I enter a value 10?
It gives an
And why is that?
error. Says one is string and
Because
one is
Because
equal.
it. Mm,
Because the strings and the integer are different
integer.
type of variables, so they can't be added.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
cannot can only concatenate strings, not integer to string. It's a type error. Okay, so Alice 10 is correct. Okay, so what is the correct way to assign the value bin to variable x and print in Python?
Sir, the previous one, Alice was a string and 10 is an integer, right?
Uh, okay, I modified the question later on, but yes, Alice was a string and y input enter a value and I have taken user input as 10. So you know by default that input function gives us an string. So here x plus y is the concatenation of two strings, and that's why it was Alice 10. But if you change this input to integer, then that will give you the error.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So what will be the answer for this question? What is the
A.
correct way to
Option
assign the
A.
value?
Option A.
Option what?
Yes.
Option A.
Yeah.
A.
Option A.
Okay. So you guys understood very well. Okay. Yeah, it's the option A. And what does the following command will do?
Sir, can you show the previous question, sir?
Yes.
Question number 8, sir.
Oh, question number 8. Yes.
Sir, what is the difference between the option? Okay, sir, I got it.
Got it? Yeah. So it's inside the single quote. So it's
Yes,
a
yes.
string, not a variable. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a very similar, but it's a difference is here. Okay. So what does the command a is equal to a plus 1 signify in Python?
Option A, sir. It increments the value of A by 1.
It increments up B.
B. Option B.
B.
Yes. So it's option A. Option B, sorry.
B, sir.
And okay, so the motivation was to show you guys this question is this. Let's say I have a value A and that is let's say 1. Okay, but I have again assigned A is equal to A plus 1. So that means I print A, what it will be? 2.
2, sir.
2. And you can see it here.
3, sir.
And you can see also in type in variable. So again, let me run and you see it's the integer, it's 2. But again, we can do this a is equal to a plus 1. Okay, what will be the value of a now?
2, sir.
Three.
Who's, say, who's saying 2?
3, sir.
3.
3.
And so it's happening like this. First, we have assigned a value 1. Then this value is 1 and we are adding another value is 1 and we are storing it
After
into
that,
the variable a again. And then again
Yes.
it's 2 now. And then 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So it should give us the output 3. Okay. So yes. So it's the output 3. So the and if we do it here once more, like we just copy it and paste it here, so it will give us something like this. Okay. Again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you see, it's kind of a I'm doing
Sir,
some number counting, right? I'm repeating something many times.
sir, will it, if I will put A plus plus, it will execute or not? Sir, if I will put A is equal to A plus plus, it will execute or not?
No, it won't be executed. If a is equal to a plus plus, what you are saying this thing.
Yes, sir.
No, let me show you. Invalid syntax. I think you are drawing some similarity from C plus C language, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's not valid here. So what is valid here? I think it's a equal to plus 1. So sorry, first let's define the value of a is equal to 1. Then, okay, yes. So this is the correct syntax. So whatever you are referring to, like a plus plus, that is different in here Python. Then first a plus comes, then assignment operator, then one. So
Okay, sir.
it essentially means that a is equal to a plus one. That's it. So it has different format here. You can see output is two. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it increments the value by 1. But why I wanted you guys to show this one, like I have defined age equal to 1, then I am increasing a value by this. So what if somebody told you to print this A, and somebody told you, oh, write a code where you are write a code to show the natural numbers, integers from 1 to, let's say, 10. So you will do this by 10 times, right? You will do this thing by 10 times here, like me. So I have written this, and let me run this one. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm doing a repetition, right? I'm writing A, then I'm adding A, print A, then I'm adding 1, then I'm again printing it, then I adding 1, then I again printing it. So it's a lot of repetitions in there, right? So what is there any way we can do it more easily? Do you know something in Python that
We can
so
use loops.
what?
We can use loop.
Yes. So yes, there is a way we can do it more easily, and that is loop. And this is what our next topic is. So
Yes, sir.
loops are control structures in programming that allow the repetition of a certain block of code. They enable the execution of a set of statements in multiple times based on the specific condition or iterations through sequence of elements. So the only key thing is to notice here is the repetition. So there are different type of loops in Python, and there are only two loops, that is for loop and while loop. So first I will introduce to for loop. What is for loop? For loop is okay, wait. For loop is something uh, which have this it iterates over a sequence of list, tuple, string, or range, and other iterable object. So tuple, list are different type of variables that you different type of data sets that you can have in Python. So I will introduce these two later in the coming sessions, but because they are not important for you right now, but it can do an iteration over a list of array or strings or a range. And the syntax is like this: for and variable in iterable. Sorry. So whatever the variable is here, that has to be iterated, and then your code. So one example is for I in range 5, print I. So earlier we were writing this. Uh, Earlier we were writing this thing, right? A, and then again incrementing this value by 1, 1, 1. Then we got to 6. What if we want to do it using for loop? So we will say age equal to 1 for I in range. So range is a function which gives you a number of which gives you a range, and that is defined by two numbers that are separated by a comma. So this one is the initial starting point, and this is the ending point. So in Python, if you have written 6, that means it will include 1, but okay. So what range? How range works is the following: like the range function will include 1, but will not include 6. Okay, so this is how it works, and you can check it like this: print I. So every time I value will be taken from this range function, and that will be shown here in the I one. And if you print I, let's see what happens. So it's going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it has included 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it didn't include 6. So while using this range function, please keep this in mind that 1 will be like this and 6 will be like this. Okay. means that range function will take whatever value you will put. This last one is just an wall. Some okay. So consider like this. So range function is like this. This is where it starts, and this is the wall. This last limit is the wall. So it won't do any. It won't go beyond this. So this is the best analogy you can take. So this is how it works. It won't go beyond this. So you can while using range function keep this in mind. And now our goal was to add numbers, right? To show us. So we will add a to a plus 1. So what it will do, it will so we have initial value of a is equal to 1. So it will the loop will execute, and then a value will become a plus 1. That means 1 plus 1 for the first time, then again then second time a value has now become 2, and that will be 2 plus 1 in this sequence. Okay, I will run this. So you see a was initially 1, so first time it prints 2, then again 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. If I put 0 here, so it will show us from 1 to 5. Right? Did you guys understand this? How this range function, how this for loop works?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
also there is another way you can remove this first number. So it has range 6, so it will go up to 6 times. So it will go now up to 6 times because it's one integer and it's 6 number you have given. So it won't consider this as a wall, but it will consider how many times it has to run. So here you see it goes up to 6 times, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So okay. So for loop is used when you know something, like when you have something that is definite. So what do I mean by definite? Like you know that you have to run, like if somebody asks you the print the count from 1 to 100, so you know that I have to do a is equal to a plus 1 100 times, right? So in advance you know that like how many times you want to repeat something. So then that time you use for loop. But whenever you don't know, oh, how many times I'm going to iterate something, but you know that after 100 I have to stop. Hello, hello. Can hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
sorry, guys. I was disconnected for a moment because my Wi-Fi got turned off. It's, so it requires a login every 1 or 1.5 hour. So that's why I was disconnected.
Okay, sir.
Okay, everybody can hear me, right? So I hope. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will click on child screen. Here. Okay. So okay. So yep, everybody can see my presentation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
So we were talking about loops, right? So I was saying you use for loop when you know in advance how many times you want to execute something. But let's say you don't know how many times you are going to repeat some block of code or repeat some statement. Then you use, but you know for sure that after this I want to stop. If I reaches some value like 100, then I will stop, right? Let's say somebody asks you like, oh, write three uh, like write table of three and uh, table of three. What I mean, like go in a such a way that you don't go beyond 100. So you know that the condition is that my variable value should not exceed by 100, but whatever comes before that I should print it, right? So how you will solve this problem? So can anybody tell me? So how many times multiple of 3 is going to come before 100? You don't know. Let's say you know, but let's say we don't know. Hello. Let's say we don't know.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Perfect.
Then we can use a while loop. And why it is useful? Because we know that our variable value should not exceed greater than 100, right? So we can exploit that thing here. So let's say our value is x is equal to 3, and then we want to, uh,
Why?
we can write a while loop while x is less than 100. So it this while loop, it also operates on the same condition. It also operates on the same condition because it when the condition is true, this will run, and when the condition become false, this stops. So first I will show this one, what the example I have used here. Then we will do that while loop for the three multiple of three, right? So count is 0, and while count is less than 5, print count, and count is being increased by 1 in every time this loop execute. So first let's see this. First let's have a basic understanding. Co 0, and then while count is less than 5, print count and increase the value of count by 1.
Sir, you typed it as greater than.
What?
You typed it as
Sir,
greater.
count greater than equal to 5.
Less than 5.
Yeah, it should be less than. Okay, so we ran this code and we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, 0 was less than 5, condition is true, loop runs. 1 was less than 5, condition true, loop runs. But it becomes 4, the count value becomes 4, it prints, but here then count value increases by 5, and that is not less than 5, so loop stop. Okay. In similar way, if we want to print the multiples of 3 and that are below 100, we don't know how many times we are going to have multiples of 3 below 100. Let's say we don't know, but we can do a trick here. We can put the count value 3, and we can put the limit here 100.
100.
Okay, and we can increase it
Plus
by
3.
Plus
3
minus
every
3.
time,
Plus
right?
minus 3.
Yeah. So what will happen when we run this loop? So you see 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, up to 99. Okay. We can also put a counter here, like how many times this loop has run. We don't know how many times this loop has run, right? But we can count it also. I is equal to I plus 1, right? So every time this loop runs, this will increase by 1. So we didn't know how many times this loop runs, but let's see how many times it will. Okay, now we will print I plus 1
Print
outside.
I.
We will print it outside, otherwise it will print with this count plus 3. So once this whole loop will get executed, then I value will be printed, right? So this way we'll know how many times this loop has ran. 33 times. You see last value here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, 33 times. Where did that go? Okay, 33 times. Here you see what I have. Okay, 33 times. So we know that it will run for 33 times. But initially we didn't know. So these are the situations where you are going to use for loop. Okay. Where you know that something I will stop at this particular value, but you don't know when you are going to reach to that value. So in that case, while loop is being used. Okay, next is loop control statements. It all they're like break, continue, else with loop. So it's a loop finished, all these things. But these things you guys can explore. So break, it terminates the loop. So like it just breaks. It breaks out of the loop. So it won't do anything further. Continue will skip that particular uh, loop execution. So these things I want you guys to explore. Okay. And else with loop is something like else the loop is you can use that loop is finished or something. So these things break, continue, these you guys have to explore. If you don't understand, please ask me in the next session. I will describe for you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So question number 10. A. What does the following Python code using for a for loop accomplish? This one. Result is 0 for I in range 1 to 5. Result is plus 1 equal to I, and print result.
Option A.
B.
C, sir.
What?
Option A.
But
Option B.
I told you na guys that the range function does not include the last digit.
B, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Option
B,
B.
B.
Yeah. And what will be the for the 10B question? What will be the answer?
B.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so what will be the answer? Like count is 0 while true. Count is equal to plus equal to 1, and print count. So can
Yeah,
somebody?
from 0 to infinity, sir. Yes, sir.
So which option will be
Option
correct?
A.
Option A or
No, sir. Option
option C, sir.
C. C. Option C, sir. Zero is not here.
Yeah. The loop
Zero
runs
zero is
from runs infinitely, incrementing the variable count continuously.
Yes, C,
So
sir.
it's both B here it is B and it's C because its condition is always true for while loop, and the only requirement for a loop to run is that its condition should be true. Okay, here you see that the condition is true all the time, so it won't stop anywhere. It will go on adding the number one each time this runs. So it will infinitely run this loop. So while writing any kind of a Python code or any kind of a code in any language, please make sure while you are using a while loop, please make sure that it terminates. This is a very crucial thing, that make sure it terminates somehow. Otherwise, it will keep on running and you will be stuck there, and it will be doing whatever it will doing the repetitions infinitely times. So please make sure it terminates. Okay,
Sir, what happens if while false, sir? If we keep true value as false.
while false,
Yes, sir.
so it won't run. The condition is false. I can show you for that. Okay, yeah. So what was that count? Count was zero, right? Sorry, count was zero, and then you were using while false, print. Okay, count is equal one. Okay, that's it. Yeah,
Yes,
it
sir.
does not give anything because it's false. So I
Okay.
can put a print statement outside also. So that way it will be good, right? So here you go. It's zero.
Okay.
Okay. Now, now what I will do, I will put this condition as true, and let's see what happens. So it's always true, right? So you see these large numbers.
Infinite times.
Yeah, it's going on. I'm scrolling down, down, down.
Infinite
Infinite
times,
time.
sir.
Yeah. So okay. And I also want you guys to know how to stop a program while it is going on if you want to interrupt it in Spyder. So you can use you see a red dot here. This is
Yes.
interrupt kernel. So you can click on
Yes,
this
sir.
because there is no way I can stop this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I will click on this and it
Okay,
will
sir.
stop. Yeah, it's a keyboard interrupt. So this way you can stop the program. So please don't write this type of a programs where the condition in while loop is always true. You will stuck in this loop for forever. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now question number 11. In the following for loop, the user is asked to input a name in each iteration. The input names are concatenated to form a string. What is the final value of concatenated names after three iterations? And take user input for three iterations as Alice, Bob, Charlie. So what do you guys think? What will be the output?
Option A.
Option A.
Yeah.
Option
So
A.
you guys have seen the
Yes, sir.
concatenation. Yes. Yes. So it will be option A. And can you answer this one? What will be the value of the product if your user enters the number three as an input? Sorry. Oh, yes. So it's what it is doing. It is a product counter and a user
Option
input.
A.
Option A. Why are
Option
you
B.
thinking option B? So
Yes.
yes, I it will be option B because you see every time of the that product is multiplied with 3. So your product was initially 1, and first time loop runs it's 3 here by the user. So 3 is equal to product. Now again this loop will run, then here the product will become 3 into user input. User input is what? 3. 3, 3, 9. The product becomes 9 and then again. So it will run up to 4 times. When this counter will increase and you will get this while this one as 81. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what will happen in this one? If we input this point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5 like this. And also note here that this in this condition we have written this for it's an integer, but you can also write a float here. And here you see we are incrementing the counter by 1. That is that is checking the condition every time. And here we are incrementing that counter by zero point 0.5. So yes, indeed, you can increment a counter by a float also. Okay, so let's check this one. Total is equal to 0 0.0. Then we have counter is equal to what is that? That is zero point 0.5. Initial value is zero point 0.5. Then
Is it three?
what?
I think C option is correct.
Let's check this. While counter is less than 3. Okay. Now we will print what is the total value. You can print two multiple statements in this way. Like you can print a string and also a variable. You can separate them by a comma. So here I have separated by a comma. This one is string. Like print C, you have seen such similar string and then comma and then this variable. Okay. So what I am taking as an input is 1, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, right? So let's run this.
Yes.
So I will enter point 0, 1. Okay, point 1, then point 2, then point 3, then point 4, then point 5. So its total is 1.5, and the counter is incrementing by zero point 0.5 each time, right? So it is running for 5 times only. Then after that becomes greater than 3, that is 3.5. So you guys understand how does it come to 1.5? Okay. Next question is, in the following loop, the user is asked to input a number in each iteration. The input is added to the sum values. What is the final value of sum values after 5 iterations? And here we are using a for loop. So can anybody answer me that?
15.
Yes, it's 15 because this is a number sum,
15.
right? Yes, it's a number sum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
15, sir.
and each time you are adding that number. So, and it's 15. And in previous case, it was point 0.1, point 0.2, point 0.3, point 0.4, point 0.5. So 10 times less, it's what 1.5, and it's 15. Same question. Okay. You can also do a loop nesting in Python. You can make different patterns. Like I have done these two patterns. I have made these two patterns. So this is something you guys should explore. So this is the Christmas tree I tried to make here, and this is the simple pattern. Like in one row, I'm printing one, this, and that. So this thing you guys explore by yourself. This is called loop nesting. It is similar to that as we have used in if condition. So for loop, you print something, then again for other loop you can put an different loop inside the for loop, and similarly you can put a for loop and that inside that for loop one for loop, and once that for loop is completed, you can put another for loop. So this is the nested one, and this is also nested one, but these two for loops are just below one another. So it's not nesting inside this loop, but these two loop are inside this for loop. So this is where I will stop, and so I would like to acknowledge Professor Sudarshan from IIT Ropar, NPTEL team, PMRF team, and Department of Physics at IIT Kanpur. So okay. So does anybody have any questions? And this is what I want you guys to explore. Make some patterns by yourself by using loops. Okay. One thing I want to share. I want to share my YouTube channel where you can see all this recording of this video. Okay. So you can see here that this is where I put my recordings. So I will give you guys this link to where you can join and subscribe this one. I'm putting this in comments right here. And also I okay, this is I'm sharing with you. And did you guys find the presentations that I have shared for the previous week? Oh, sir, what does int is equal to do? Yes, very nice question. So, okay, so let's say we want to print this thing. Okay, let's do that. Let's make that pattern here. So that pattern was for I in range 5, print this thing. For j in range I plus 1, print star and in equal to single quote, right? Print this thing for j in range I plus 1.
Sir, can you tell about the end option, sir, which you have used?
Haha, yeah, I'm doing that. Okay, so this is the thing that I have written. So you see, this gives us this nice pattern. What if I remove this int from here? You see, first time this loop runs, it gives us this star one because I is equal to 0 for first time. So j is equal to 0 plus 1 means that j will be running only one time, right? So it print one star. Second time, uh, I is equal to uh, 1, that means j is equal to I plus 1 means 2. So j will run two times and it will gives us star star. So what does this print actually does is so okay, so it prints star and throws the cursor in the next line. Okay, next line it prints here, then throws the cursor here, then it prints here, and then again throws the cursor here. Okay, and similarly here. So once this loop runs, this print also print space and the throws cursor in next line. Now what the int does, it actually tells this Python to not throw the cursor in the next line but keep it in the same line. Okay, so it gives you this pattern. So it keeps the pattern, it keeps the cursor in the same line for each time this loop runs. But again, to throw the cursor in next line, this print statement is used, so it will print a blank and it will throw the cursor here, next line. So if I remove this print here from here, you will see what happens. This all the patterns will be printed in one line only. You see here, all the patterns is being printed in one line because now the end is equal to is making sure that that cursor is not being thrown in next line. So so it use this very carefully when you are making some patterns because it is a way to tell Python whether to put cursor in this line or make it in different line. Okay, how to get this PPT, and also there is someone want to be okay. So I will also share the PPT slides. Like okay, I will stop sharing here, and I will give you guys the link to get the PPT. Okay, so I am pasting the PPT link in the comment. Here you can get all this PPT that has been shared with for this session. Does anybody have any other question? Yes, it will include the peak 1 and peak 2 PPTs. It will include every PPT that I have made for this tutorial session. So I have put the PPT drive link in the comments. Everybody can access it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Does anybody have any other question? Hello, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, so
No, sir.
if yeah, if no one has any questions, so it's 8 o'clock. So we will stop here. I will upload the 2 days recording session on the YouTube channel that I've shared, and so those who have missed these tutorial lessons can watch it later on the YouTube. And also I have shared the drive link for these PPTs that I have used. So you can also access them on this drive link. Okay, guys. So you see, so we will see you in the next session. Okay. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm going to end this meeting.
Thank you.
Bye.